أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على أرسل المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آل محمد أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله رب اشرح لي صدري يسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for joining today's Halaqa. Alhamdulillah, our beloved Imam Hamad Chebli already with us, but he needs to leave early and he's not in the video because he's in a different location at this moment and he's going to be conducting some senior citizen event ceremony in the masjid. So I will give the microphone to my beloved Imam and I want him to start the halaqah. And after that, I will give the microphone to Brother Islam to give a short khutbah, inshallah, and then we can go from there. At this moment, I will also request my Imam to talk about a little bit about that. What is this monthly senior citizen gathering in the masjid so that we can learn and maybe we can spread the news to others. At this moment of time, I would like to give the microphone to my beloved Imam Hamad Chebli.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن سار على هديه إلى يوم الدين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, allowed me to greet all of you with the Islamic greeting and the meaning of the greeting to our viewer locally, nationally, internationally, to say peace and the blessing of Allah be upon you all. And when initiate this greeting to each other, Muslim to Muslim, we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Let me take maybe 2-3 small items. Each one of them will take maybe 1 minute before I go to the request of Brother Al Mamun. Couple days ago, I was in a gathering in Basket Ridge in New Jersey, Basking Ridge in New Jersey. The mayor of that township, the first mayor to be a Muslim in the entire 50 state, as I know, his name Muhammad Ali Chaudhary. He was the mayor of the township. Later on, he and a couple of brothers around him and sister decided to build a masjid. And subhanallah, when he initiated this building a masjid in that area, everybody was against him. Everybody, I mean, the people of the township, include the politician, the one who served them many, many years. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to have a masjid, the masjid was built, grand opening, and last Ramadan they start Salat al-Taraweeh. And subhanallah, last week, me and other couple Imam, we visit that masjid and we pray the Maghrib in the masjid. And the reason I was there in this kind of time of not happy too much what is going on in the overseas, all of you were in my mind and in my tongue, and I mentioned, I mean, my Bangladesh community, and especially about the young man who died, and that death similar to the death which I attended. The girl, her name is Marwa, and yeah, subhanallah, few brother from Bangladesh was there, and they said to me, Imam, we were in that death and we are here. to attend the Khatma of the Marwa, and may Allah give her the Jannah. The second thing related to this statement, I directed directly to Dr. Hassan. If Dr. Hassan with us, please, I need your help and I need your comment before Brother Islam give us the khutbah today. As a professor in a university, and you give a test or a quiz to your student, which one will be more difficult for them? Is the test you give them the question and to answer what they read or what they study, or you bring the answer on a picture? You bring the answer for that question in a picture in front of them, a live picture, and you tell them, write your paper, what you see in this picture. The reason I am saying this, because the conflict, it has 75 years old in Palestine, in that region, between people as the children of Adam. Sometimes they live in a peace and sometimes they live in a war. We used to read about the battlefield of the Prophet Muhammad SAW with the Sahaba against the Kuffar. We read about War 1 and World War 2. But this is the first time in my life I can see picture, and the media is telling us up till today more than 15,000 people from both sides already killed. How many thousand of injured, I don't know. What kind of world we are living to see all this in our life, and we say we are going to eat and drink and do this and this? Ya subhanallah. The only medication I can have to myself, just to say inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un, lillahi ma abqa wa lillahi ma aqal. To Allah we are belong, to Allah we are going to return, and no power made by human being will supersede the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I need some reflection from Dr. Hassan about how can we deal spiritually as a student, as a father, as a mother, what we are seeing today in the media, and in the future, nobody knows. Maybe the peace is coming, maybe the situation will be more worse, and Allah knows the best. And finally, yes, subhanallah, every Sunday, no, every last Sunday, in every month, the ISTJ gather all the senior 65 plus year old men and women from all New Jersey, not only ISTJ member, no, all in New Jersey, male and female. If they are able to drive, they drive by themselves. If nobody drive them, we have couple company called it Princeton Adult Care, give ride to those people, or maybe their grandson or daughter bring them, and they spend good time in ISCJ. By we give them lectures, we give them dua, they eat, they know friends. And today I will say a special day. We have two lawyers. Their name I already emailed it to brother Mamun and Muslah. They are going to give them some information how they prepare their will, what their asset, how they use asset in the future, inshallah ta'ala, and everything will be legally, beside to be Islamically. Please, 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 if you know anyone 65 plus years old, you want to attend, the ISCJ door is open, no ticket, no charge, no reservation, nothing. Just walk in, your seat is reserved, the food is there, and we make a dua, and especially for the brother and sister who die in overseas. As I said, the number now is increasing. From one side, they say 10,000, from the other side, maybe a couple thousand. And we pray for all the human beings. May Allah bring a peace in our heart. in our home, in our masajid, in our community, in our Zoom, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullah khair for giving me this opportunity to be with you. Sorry I was not able to open my camera, but I will see you later on, inshallah ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam. Go ahead, Brother Hassan. Imam has requested something from you.
Thank you, Imam. Thank you, Imam. Thank you, Mamun. Islam, everybody Islam once again. So, seems to me there are two questions that the Imam asked me. One is about the exam, write a question and give it to students to respond, or give them a picture of something, then let them write something. Which is more difficult, or which is more appropriate test? In my view, the second option is more appropriate way to get the view and the thinking of the original thinking of the student. So I would give them the second option, which is give them the picture, let them write their minds and open up whatever they'd like to talk about. So that's a real test, in my view. The second question Imam asked me about how to deal with all these things happening around us, internally, academically, or more, I should say, more gentle way, I would say, more polite way. Let me share with you one quick thing that I received recently. One of my colleagues university, in my school, sent us, I've sent everybody, an article that came out, I believe, in New York Times recently, regarding the responses of the students in different universities, as you have been watching. And the article was about the response from Dartmouth University. And Dartmouth, as you know, the more leading university in the country. And the article talked about the Dartmouth allowed students whatever they like to do. They did not make any restriction. But on the top of that, Dartmouth arranged a series of seminars inviting people from different philosophy, from international speakers from Europe, USA, Europe, and Middle East, and open seminars for the students to attend, anybody to attend those seminars. So that is the way that Dartmouth handled these current issues. And everybody, as you know, faculty, they're open-minded, they're not shy in responding. Some faculty was not very happy the responses of the Dartmouth, because Dartmouth did not condemn strongly the October 7th attack of Hamas to Israel, and so on and so forth. So the way I explained, and I think I responded last week as well, that what is happening around us, and we see in this country, responses in the universities, the campuses, including Rutgers, which is incredible and historical. Never happened in this country that many people came out in the campus and raising voice and talking about the rights and the issues, the problems of the Palestinians happening in the West Bank in general. So that, in my view, that this is, we have to just let it go, or not go easily. Condemn it, whatever way that you try to control it. But obviously, we need to do it in our power, whatever to contain these sufferings, the people that currently are suffering, which is no electricity, no food, no medicine. This is complete siege, which is absolutely, as you know, is a war crime. So, whatever way that you can express your views, opinion, you should do that. But again, need to be very, very careful, because things are very volatile. Things are very volatile environment. As you know, on this Islamophobia, the anti-Jewish slogans is in the historical high. Everybody, on both sides, people are scared. I was talking to one of my friend who's a Jewish. He is not my colleague in the university, but he's a faculty in Columbia University. And he's my neighbor, basically. And he was telling me that, boy, they are so scared nowadays. Don't know what to do and how to protect themselves. So we are scared too. So everybody is scared. So I think whatever you do, please be very, very careful and mindful. Do not make any comment outside, public comments that will make people upset or take extra, serious actions. So I would say, just let's all pray to Allah, so that Allah brings peace to all of us, humanity, to that part of the country or world that's suffering the most. And I don't think this is academic problem. This is not a military problem. This is a problem that the politician has to sit down and solve it. But I don't think that is a way that we can really make it a forceful decision one way or the other. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Brother Hassan. Before I go to Brother Islam, I want to ask Imam a couple of questions, if it is okay. The number one is, if anyone not 65 plus, if they want to come and attend this seminar, is that okay with the masjid? Imam, are you there? Okay. Maybe he's busy, he's not responding. So let me go back to, first of all, thank you, Brother Hassan, for explaining, mashallah, very detailed. Let's go to Brother Islam, unmute yourself. And then...
Mamun, can I make a comment on Hassan Bhai's statement? The comment is, Hassan Bhai, we have to be absolutely clear that it is not the Jewish issue, it is the Zionist issue. And if you look at the media, and I have done so for the last few weeks, the most opposing view from the Zionist view is Jews. The Jews for Peace. And not only Jews for Peace, there are many other organizations in the Jewish community who is fighting against the Zionism. So we should not say Jews, we should just say Zionists and non-Zionists. So Zionists are the one who is doing this, and the non-Zionist Jews, regular Jews, they are opposing it. And globally, worldwide, it is the non-Zionist Jews who are the most vocal. Even in Israel, I have seen people, who are trying to work against this massacre, what's going on. So when we say Jewish, we have to be careful whether we do not include all the Jewish people. Thank you.
Yeah, I will also second that, and that's why probably you see there are a lot of protests going on from the non-Zionist Orthodox, Jewish people. They are really opposing whatever is happening right now. So
I think Mr. what I was mentioning, basically, my friend, my neighbor, the Jewish neighbor, he's Jewish. He's not, I don't know the Zionist or not, I have no idea. And he was scared, family-wise. And he said, boy, in my life, I was never scared that bad. So everybody is scared. We are scared. So I think whatever you say, Zionist or non-Zionist, I understand the differences. But you need just one person, one or two person to be really crazy, to do some crazy stuff. So I'm trying to protect ourselves.
The original Jewish who really came from Israel, they are the Orthodox Jewish and Zionists who came from Europe and basically settled in Israel. That's the difference. So anyway, we don't need to go too deep on
that. I think let's not go into detail. We
to just pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah, so I think what we see currently, what we see in this country, this is unprecedented.
Yeah. We need to pray, and it doesn't matter.
It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah,
it's happening.
innocent people should not be dying. So
Right.
we pray, we need to, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help innocent. So inshallah, we will continue to do that. And thank you, Brother Musle, for your context. And let's go to my beloved brother Islam. We want to have a short khutbah from you. Then we'll inshallah go.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Nahmaduhu wa nusalli wa ala rasulih al-kareem. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad wa barik wa sallim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa ahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Since I am not ready today, actually I was out and came in, I'm not ready, but still I'll give you something, some ayah from the Quran, which probably you are not aware of, or you haven't heard it, which will bring you hope or desperation, whatever it is. I'll give you two ayah from the Quran, which you may think about these things. The first one is saying that surely we have become Muslims, no doubt, and everybody is born as a Muslim, because before we are born, the souls are given the promise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a soul, because Allah has created all the souls which have been sent to this world, that they're all Muslims, and Allah asked them, am I not your Lord? They said, yes, you're our Lord. But what happened after that, we forget. And when we are born in a Muslim family, or in a non-Muslim family, we have to be Muslim by ourselves, committing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That one we never used to do, because we think that we are born in a Muslim family, so we are Muslim. But Allah needs to hear from you. And we say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, oh Allah, I submit to you unconditionally, and I abide by your rules and regulations. Submission means you listen to him, you obey him, and you try to satisfy his demand, because after death he will be asking us the question. And the syllabus is given in the Quran. After we say that we become Muslim, the Quran becomes binding on us. And as I have mentioned before, the whole Quran is obligatory for you. There is no doubt whether the scholars say it or not. It's written in the Quran. I have shown you before that Quran is obligatory for everybody. And I said that Ikra Bismillah the Khalaq, it's not just it's really to forget. That is, you're committed to know this thing. And how much Quran you will know, I mentioned before, you have to know Quran in such a detail as you know your children. But many scholars, they twist it, saying you have to know Muhammad. Muhammad's name is not there. Anyway, so you have to know this Quran as much as you know your children when they grow. That means you have to know in detail. And so now going to the Quran, the ayah which I want to give you is that everything what we do in this world, either happiness or calamity or disaster, whatever comes to us, they're all trial. We never say that this is punishment from Allah, because Allah doesn't punish in this world willingly. It's our fault to bring our calamity and disaster on us. Now, have you asked yourself how many disasters we get in a year? How many disasters we get? 3, 4, 5, half a dozen, or one or none in a year? Yeah. If you open a Surah Tawbah, Surah number 9, ayah number 126. So, ayah number 9, 126, it says that, but as for those whose hearts is a disease, people are there with a disease, you can never cure them. No matter whatever you say, you'll find a way and twist the word and say, no, I don't have to follow it. Okay. Oh, I forgot something. But when you become a Muslim, then how do you become Muslim? In Quran, there are examples that the Jewish people have the twisted their tongue, and when you say that you believe, Just yeah, we believe and we disobey. But as a Muslim, and I'm giving the example, it's like this, that if somebody says that we believe in Allah and His Messenger and the Quran, we say yes, we believe and we obey. We never ask something. But currently, the Muslims have become a little weird. And whenever we say ayah in the Quran, immediately they turn and say, oh, let me see what the Hadith says. I mean, Allah is the best of the best of that. He is everything. Do you have to go to Hadith to understand Him? I mean, this kind of thing is disregard to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is extremely bad. You know, you should Google Quran every day in the Google and find out everything. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to trust me. I don't ask you to trust me to believe me, but go to the ayah of the Quran. So in Surah Al-Tawbah it says that but as for those who have the disease, it adds field to their present field. I mean, the disease is a field. It's a disease that you add more to the disease, and they die while they're disbelievers, and fewer they die as disbelievers. And then in the next ayah it says, do they not see that they are tried every year, once or twice? So what it means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests you in a year once or twice. And how does it test you? Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ista'inu bis-sabri was-salati innallaha ma'as-sabirin. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, during this test, you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's help with patience and dua. And so it's a once or twice as the one, yet they do not repent. And every year, if we have a once or twice the disaster, the calamity, the suffering, the misfortune, whatever we call it, but we don't correct ourselves. And Allah said, nor would they be admonished. So even in a year, once or twice, Allah sometimes give us the calamity, the disaster, misfortune. We never think of that. We just forget this and do the same thing next year. Allah sometimes gives us the misfortune and calamity only to warn us so that turn back to Allah's way. Nothing else in there. He doesn't give the punishment what we incur for because of job, because of deed. It will come up after we are raised. He's not going to give the punishment in this world. So we know something new probably, that Allah sometimes gives his punishment once or twice a year. This is the one thing. The other thing is in Surah Yasin, which I'll bring it up. But think about it. When the punishment comes in, then why Allah sometimes gives the punishment? Because He's warning you. It's the only thing. It's a trial for us in our life every day, every year, every 6 months. Okay. We have the next ayah I want to give you, that's for a thought. That's in Surah Yasin, Surah number 36, ayah number 51 and 52. We know that all of us will die. And our scholars made it scared to hell, saying that if you die, there will be grave, the punishment in the grave, the angels will come you, revive you, saying that, well, who is your Lord, who is your prophet, what is your deen, all these things. That means the question is already out, that what they will be asking, they're saying us to us, so we can learn it and answer the grave. But the problem is that after death, the soul is being placed in the barzakh, and it says there it will not come out until unless there is a resurrection. So the punishment in the grave is just true. So, and there are so many hadiths about this the punishment in the grave. I don't want to mention it. You can read it yourself. But the truth is saying in Surah Yasin, Surah number 36, ayah number 51, it says, and the trumpet shall be blown. So when everyone is living, the trumpet shall be blown, and lo, from the grave they will hasten to the Lord. So the first trumpet will kill everybody. There won't be anybody living except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the second trumpet, when it is blown, will be raised and will be rushing towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like a pongopal. I mean, like a swarm of flocks and whatever it is, will be rushing to him for judgment. Will rushing for. Well, look at the ayah, the next one, when you wake up. Yes, Surah Yasin 36, ayah number 52. You can look it up if I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Let me know.
Yeah. And it says that they will say, when the
Trumpet.
the trumpet will be blown, they will be rushing, and what he will say is it's in the surah. It says, "Oh, woe to us, who has raised up from our place of sleep? Who has raised us? Will like Goti, who has raised us from our sleep? That means we'll be sleeping in there. We'll not be under punishment, we'll not be under torture, and they're all sending. I mean, there's so many things in there. Everybody talks about the death, they bring about the punishment. But here Allah clearly says that will say that who has raised us up from our place of sleep? We've been sleeping in the place. And then it says, this is what the gracious God had promised. Allah has promised will be sleeping after death. And then, and this is what has the gracious God has promised. And the messenger spoke the truth. Our messenger said the same thing. He didn't say all this punishment and didn't show the finger like this, that his lips will be like this. I don't know where to find all these things. There's nothing in the Quran. And the next I said, it will be one big blast, and lo, they will all be brought before us. And then after the blast, they'll all brought before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for judgment. Before that, according to the Quran, it doesn't seem to be that a punishment every day, every night, in the morning, in the afternoon, and we don't have to scare, but we still have to be faithful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't disgrace Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you read the ayah and say, oh, let me verify this ayah with something else, with the scholar of the hadith and this and that. I mean, this is disgraceful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't conceive who Allah is. If you conceive, you will never say it. So try to fix and focus with a true belief and the true believer and live your life. Thank you. If you have a comment, if you have any comment, you can say it or you can read it. And this is the two messages I gave you today, inshallah.
Thank you so much, Brother Islam. I'm gonna now come back our regular way to Q&A session. You know, the topics, two topics Brother Islam just discussed. I will come to the young generation first. Do you guys have any question, comments, or anything related to the khutbah Brother Islam just gave?
Okay, so my thoughts on the Day of Judgment. The question I'd like to raise is that when, let's just mind you that this is going to take place in the context of the whole Israel-Palestine conflict. So how is the whole protesting of Palestine and remembering Palestine going to bring some impact to the individual on the Day of Judgment?
Muslim, are you there?
I'm here, but I didn't understand the question very well about the Day of Judgment versus what is happening in.
Answer it.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah. Okay, so on the Day of Judgment, how does protesting in the cause of Palestine, remembering Palestine, impact you on that day?
So Islam bhai, that's a question. Did you understand his question? So whatever is happening in Palestine today, how does it impact on the Day of Judgment? So I think the question is basically how Allah is going to give his judgment about what's happening today in Palestine.
Muslim, I think the way that I understood his question, he said, if you participate in this protest in this country or wherever, and protesting these things, what is happening, how he will be judged in the
Yes, yes.
I think that's
I think so. Yeah, I do agree with Hassan Bhai. He basically
Yes.
given his own interpretation that whatever we are doing, supporting or protesting about Palestine, how this decision or support will impact in the day of resurrection.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah, but according to the Quran and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He also wants us to protest against any injustice, and any injustice, and try to compensate it, either by saying something or physically. And if you're evicted from your home, you're supposed to fight back. This is from the Quran. If you're evicted from the home, then you can fight back. So the Palestinians, you think that they're removed from the home by bombing and other things, so they will try to return and fight back.
Imam has unmuted himself. I don't know. Imam, you wanna say anything? I see that your microphone is unmuted right now. Okay, so he muted, so maybe he doesn't want to speak now.
Yeah, he unmuted again.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, Imam.
Related to the question from Shayan, nothing will be you are with the Palestine or you are against Palestine or you are with the other group or another group. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will judge all the children of Adam and Eve according to their faith, number one. Do you believe in Allah or you don't believe in Allah? Which means to be Muslim or to be non-Muslim, to be kafir or to be a believer. Then all the other things will come around what the people are doing. Are they doing good or bad? Good or bad? And the good and bad is mentioned, as Brother Islam said, in chapter 99. The last two verses in chapter 99. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. And this is the kind of a question Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will question us. Who is your Lord? Who is your prophet? What is the Quran? Do you believe in Muhammad? You can declare the Shahada. Those are the questions Allah will question the human being, because he sent the prophet and he sent the messenger to teach us. But Allah will never ask the person, because you support this country or that country or that land or that land. That is, Allah will never judge the people according to the land, but Allah will judge the people according to their faith and their good or bad, and Allah knows the best.
MashaAllah.
Mamun, can I add something to Imam Chebli?
Please.
So Imam Chebli mentioned about the Surah 99, and Surah 99. There are two verses which is most favorite to me. I want to say those two verses in the context of Shayan's question on. So if we can, Shayan, when we go to a procession, if we think that we are doing something that good or something bad, so we have to decide. So in my view, going against a atrocity is good in my view. So now these two ayah that I'm going to recite now, it says that basically. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Surah number 99, the earthquake, and verses I'm reading is 7 and 8. Whoever does an atom's weight of good will see it. But whoever does an atom's weight of evil will also see it.
Yeah.
So I think that, in my view, that answers your question, that if you do something good, you'll see the benefit from Allah. And if you do something bad, you'll get the consequence from Allah also. Thank you.
Yes, it is very short and sweet, but very powerful meaning of these two ayah, no doubt about it. So if we remember that, then definitely we will be trying to do the good things always so that Allah can reward us, inshallah. Good, Shayan. Anyone else? Any other question, Shayan or Tasin?
I mean, the one thought I have about ayat number 9, the weight of good and bad. I mean, it's like imagine you have 2 cups. One of the cups is for the good deeds, and the other cups is for the bad deeds. And whatever good deed happens fills the cup of good deeds, and whatever bad deed happens to the cup fills into the cup of bad deeds. Now, one could probably weigh more than the other, right?
Mm-hmm. Of course. And that's why it's going to go by the weight, not by the quantity. You may do a good thing which is to you and human perspective very small, but in Allah's perspective, maybe that's very heavy weighted, deed. So that's the reason it's not going to be calculated by the number of good deed. It's going to be calculated by the heaviness of the good deed.
Shayan,
Go ahead.
Yes.
do you like the animal?
Yes.
We're not hearing you, Imam. Something wrong with your network.
There are 2 ways. One, I said to the Shayan, do you love the animal?
Yeah. I said, yeah, I love the animal. Hello?
We are not hearing you, Imam. Something wrong with your network.
Imam has Wi-Fi issue or something.
Yeah. So anyway, when he comes back, inshallah, I'm pretty sure that he's going to explain to it. But let's move on to the any other question, Shayan, or this is the end of it?
No other question. Thank you.
Very good. Tasin, do you have any question? No. All right. So let's go to sisters. Any sister has any question, comments, or anything about this short khutbah? All right.
Assalamu alaikum, Mamun.
Alaikum assalam, Sister Nilofa. MashaAllah. Go ahead.
Okay, I have a question for the ayah. Islam Bhai mentioned that Araf Surah 174, ayah number regarding that whoever born Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala made us that everyone we said that Kalima Shahadat, right? All the human being who will be coming from until the day of judgment. So Islam, I have a question. So anybody born in a Christian family or any other family, so how do we consider them that up to how long they will be how do I say that? Like I say, any child born in a Hindu family or Christian family, we do consider he's a Christian or he is a Hindu or he is a.
Yeah, I think Islam Bhai will answer it. Islam Bhai, unmute yourself. But before Islam Bhai answer, I just want to say, when somebody born, they always born as a Muslim.
Okay.
Yeah. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, after Adam alayhi salam, whoever he was to send to this world, he has created all the souls in front of him. And he took a covenant from those souls saying, am I not your Lord? They said, yes, you are my Lord. Why? Yeah. Because on the day of judgment, they will forget. So Allah reminded them. So any soul is being born, whether it's a Christian, Hindu, or Chinese, or whatever it is, or Muslim, he is born as a Muslim, as a believer. And then when he grows up, because of the environment, because of their parents' belief, because of their parents' guidance, or because of the tricks of the shayateen, he is being moved away from as a believer to a non-believer. So these things happen afterwards. But the thing is that whatever happens at the time, if he becomes a disbeliever, he will face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment. He is to answer all the questions what he has done. Remember, the Quran says, whatever good is sent from here, it will be deposited, it will be collected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and whatever bad we send or whatever we leave in there, all will be in there. So we have to answer from the Quran, not from scholar talk. So take the index and mark it, what you have done and what you haven't done. As I said, please read the Quran tactfully, Google Quran every day in the Google, and find your answer every day. Why not to do this? They're intelligent people. You don't have to believe in anybody, especially you don't have to trust me at all. And so do the Quran, Google every day, and learn yourself that. And it will be so easy.
From a IT perspective, or I will cautious everyone about Googling Quran. There is a group of people who also, doing a lot of nasty stuff in Google, that when you Google it, they may give you the interpretation and answer which is coming from the people that who want to divert the real thing from Quran and thing. So I will say that get the authentic Quran and read from there. Do not just Google it.
Brother Mamun, the explanation is from the people. You don't have to read the people's comment. You read Allah's comment and the meaning. That's what I mean.
No, but what I'm trying to say, Islam, but you are very knowledgeable, alhamdulillah. We are not all very knowledgeable. Our young generation is not very all knowledgeable. You can distinguish very quick if you search something from the Google, and you can tell this is authentic, interpretation or not. But I am saying that the people who are not too much knowledgeable, they can be basically take the wrong thing, what came from the search, and they start practicing. That's why I'm making an awareness.
True, Brother Mamun.
Yeah.
You have very wonderful suggestion. You let the mistake come in and also the correct things come in. And when mistake and wrong things and good things come into your mind will separate which you retain and what you have to throw away. The mind, our brain has a capacity to understand what is good and what is bad. But
sometimes we lose that what Shaitan says, right? There is even the most talented people in the world.
Yeah, one thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you, saying that I have given you eyes, I have given you ears, I have given you the heart. So use them, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask you in the hereafter, did you use them? What will be your answer?
Agree. But I'm saying keep an authentic Quran in front of you, then search it, then look into the book, and then see, because this is also our responsibility. If anything you find in Google which is confusing, or somebody is trying to divert you from the real things to wrong, you can really open a ticket with Google and said, this is totally wrong. This interpretation wrong. This translation is wrong. There are group of people believe it. They are being heavily vested. Some group of people vesting money to do this propaganda in the Google. So we need to be very careful, and I agree with you. We need to use our brain, talent, and resource.
Mamun, can I make a comment?
Yes, sure.
Meaning.
Islam bhai, okay. Islam bhai, Mamuner, let's see. I agree with Mamun because I am a victim myself of this, going to Google and trying to find something. And now, as you notice, that I always go with the printed book as far as Quran is concerned. So if I was very smart, then I'd probably know the distinction sometimes, but I'm not as smart. So therefore, I rely more on books. Remember, I went to you to look at Ibn Kasir's book, but because on the online, it's all distorted. Some of them are removed. So I agree with Mamun that we need to be careful.
Very careful.
Google is not all bad. You can go there and
Always
look at it.
read the meaning of the Quran, the meaning. Read few meanings. There are 7, 8 people who translated them. Read all the 7, 8 translation, and you come to your conclusion. I don't mean that you go to Ibn Kathir or other people who distorted or whatever that. I don't mean that. Read the meaning of the Arabic, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to learn Arabic to be expert in Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says any language, but you have to know your stuff. You have to know the Quran, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent to you. But if you don't know what Allah is expecting from us, and all this going and talking and giving lectures and other things, it doesn't help us.
Yeah, so Islam Bhai, the point is not reading Quran or not reading Quran. The point is the source, whether you buy an authentic Quran from the printed one, or you go to the Google. So that's the issue. But Google, you can get a lot of information, but sometimes we do not know the difference between good information and bad information. So that's what Mamun is saying.
The ones are not true. All what you printed are not true.
No. If Islam Bhai, you're not understanding. You are very knowledgeable. You know ins and out of Quran and meaning. So for you, it's very easy to distinguish. But for us, even though if we want to, we can be totally, go to a different route. So that's why I'm saying the people who has a lack of knowledge, they need to be careful. But the people like you, Imam Chebli, they know already. They read something, and Imam sometime even say, we read from the Quran, and Imam say, I do not agree with it. I think he did it multiple times. He probably saw it. So that's why, because he understands the Arabic language. So that's why the way we interpret and the way we read it, Imam see it different way. Karan somebody amra jemon Bangla jani, right? So when somebody says something in Bengali, we can say তোমার এই বাংলাটা ঠিক মতো বলা হচ্ছে না. So this is what I'm saying. I see that brother Iftikhar has raised hand for a long time. I want to give him the opportunity. Go ahead, brother Iftikhar.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam.
If you give me some time, like 5 minutes. 10
Yes,
minutes.
please.
So basically, regarding this point, we are missing something here. We are missing knowledgeable, non-knowledgeable. That's not the issue. The issue is that we always need our teacher. We always need our guider. Because 90% of the Muslim world don't know even how to read. They don't know even how to go to the internet. We need some scholar to teach them. We need some imam to teach them. We need a teacher. And this is a very normal phenomena. The students go to the school to learn from teacher. They are not reading the book always. They don't understand book sometimes initially. But those who are knowledgeable, I know they should go by the book. They should go by the Quran, the meaning of Quran, these things. That's things, but we need to think a bigger picture here. We cannot just concentrate on one idea that you have to go to Quran and read line by line and you will understand it. Most of the people don't understand or how to read, how to write even, So we have to think big picture here. So regarding today's whole things, regarding Palestine issue and this thing, I need to basically recite 4 ayah from Quran, ayah 153 to 156 from Surah Baqarah. And it's very powerful ayat. Here, Allah said in Surah Baqarah 153, Ya ayyuhal lazina amanu ista'inu bis-sabri was-salati innallaha ma'as-sabirin. I can say in Bengali and English both the meaning. The meaning is that হে মুমিনগণ সবর ও সালাতের মাধ্যমে সাহায্য লাভ করো, নিশ্চয় আল্লাহ তাআলা সবরকারীদের সঙ্গে আছেন. So here, as Shayan said that that we are protesting, we are shouting sometimes, against the oppressor, against the injustice. Is this out of sabr? No, this is sabr. Even if you cry It is not a wrong thing. When you know doctors give you a injection, you feel pain and you shout. Doesn't mean that you are losing your patience, because you know the greater good, So basically, Allah said those people, you might get pain, you might get infliction. This is a test from me, and you have to fight them with sabr and salat, This is ayah 53. Ayah 54 is وَلَا تَقُولُوا لِمَنْ يَفْتَلُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ هِيَ أَمْوَاتٌ بَلْ أَحْيَاءٌ وَلَكِنْ لَا تَشْعُرُونَ. The meaning is, আর যারা আল্লাহর পথে নিহত হয়েছে তাদেরকে মৃত বলো না, প্রকৃতপক্ষে তারা জীবিত, কিন্তু তোমরা বিষয়টা উপলব্ধি করতে পারো না. So basically, we see a lot of injustice. A lot of people are dying in Gaza and different part of the world. Any kinds of people who died in the path of Allah, doing their injustice, protesting. They feel pain. These are not Allah said these are not really dead people. They are alive somewhere, and we don't understand that. So, inshallah, the sacrifice we are seeing around, this will not go in vain, There will be a result, there will be a reward for that. Number ayah 55 is a very powerful ayat, This is Allah said that وَنَلَبْلُ وَأَنَّكُمْ بِالشَّيْءِ مِنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْسِمُ مِنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. So basically, that's the Allah said that we will test. আমি পরীক্ষা করব ভয় ভীতি দ্বারা, ক্ষুধা দ্বারা, জান মাল ফল ফসলের ক্ষয়ক্ষতি দ্বারা, সুসংবাদ শোনাও তাদেরকে যারা খবরের পরিচয় দেয়. So Allah will test, but Allah giving the good news for them who fight this calamity with sabr, with patience. So this is number 55. Number 66, we all should do right now. This is a very powerful ayat. In last Jummah khutbah in our masjid, our Imam also said that as a Muslim, we should follow this, ayat, and remember this ayat. Allazina yashabathum musibatun qalu inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. So we will get musibat, we will get, calamities, but at the end of the day, যারা কোনো মুসিবত দেখা দিলে বলে উঠে আমরা সকলে আল্লাহ এবং আমাদের তার কাছে ফিরে যেতে হবে. So we have to remember in our mind that, whatever coming, we came from Allah and we are returning to Him. Jazakallah khair.
I see Mutasim Billa's hand. Mamun, you are muted.
Oh, sorry about that. Thank you, Brother Iftikhar. I want to come back to Sister Nilufar before I go to Brother Billah. Sister Nilufar, I just want to make sure what you ask and the question you have, is that answer your question, or you still have any question or concern?
Mamun Bhai, no, I understand all the, like Iftikhar Bhai read, whatever read from that, they're very clearly said, and Islam also very clearly said. My question was that, like, when a child born in a Hindu family or Christian family, I know he born as a Muslim, so if he died during the 2 years or 1 year, he doesn't even understand that part. How he consider die as a Muslim baby, or that was my question actually.
No doubt about it. Even though I'm not a scholar like them, but no doubt about it, they die as a Muslim.
So until then, become an adult, like before
the puberty, yes.
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 That's true.
They are innocent, they are angel, they die as a Muslim, no doubt about it. Another thing, we have a big responsibilities. Brother Billah, I'm coming, I'm not ignoring you. Another very important thing, dawah, that when those member born in a different religious family, It's our responsibility. We are very lucky to born in a Muslim family, practicing Muslim faith. We need to give dawah to the non-Muslim and help them understand that ultimately you have to come and accept, Islam, religion. So this is our duty, but I don't know how much we are doing it. We are talking, we are learning among us. We are the luckiest Muslim who born in a Muslim family, but we have a big job. We need to spread it to the non-Muslim, help them understand, and our behavior, our everything, we need to show them that how beautiful this religious is. So this is our responsibility, and we need to teach them to our kids also. This is my view. So maybe somebody differ, but my view is we are not doing our duty. We are just talking among us, teaching each other. Alhamdulillah, that's also needed, because that's how we are becoming a good Muslim, practicing Muslim. But we need to go beyond this. We need to bring non-Muslim people and teach them. Brother Billah, it's your turn.
No, Mamun, I think mine is very simple. In fact, I want to thank Iftikhar Bhai. Beautiful ayahs he recited and meaning of that. I think that is going to help us to go through this this tragedy that is happening before our eyes. But one thing though, patience is good. Of course, we got to have that. But then patience without any activity, without any action, I don't think that is probably not what Allah is saying, that we got to try, but then we got to, if we see some injustice, we need to do something about it actively, not to just have patience. Of course, we got to pray, we got to have patience, but we also got to try, be active, and to see that, that injustice is being, being addressed. So that's the point I want to make. I'm sure Iftikhar Bhai is going to agree with me on that.
Of course, that's why the ayah is saying that, as Shayan said that, any injustice, we should do our best to protest, but with patience, everything comes with the patience. We cannot just can be violent on that, we will patiently protest. We will, in this world, currently we can do a lot of, even that we can change the narrative. The narrative is here that the narrative, a lot of people want to change the narrative. They are saying the oppressor, they are pretending to be oppressed, here. So if you go to the media, like they are always asking about what is wrong in 7th October, and they are not asking what is wrong after that or before that, as if the history start on 7th. So narrative we need to change. How? We can even share one clip, we can share one scholar's clip to our Facebook or YouTube is helpful, is a protest, because we need to know the people, the real fact, what is going on. So all these things we should do silently, quietly, and narrative is changing. You see in America, not in America, you see in the London, at hundreds of thousands people are protesting. Hundreds of them, not only Muslim, all the people, all the different kind of people are protesting. So we need to change the narrative. This is true, yeah. But protest can be 3 ways, as Prophet said that in his hadith, that you can physically protest if you can. If you cannot, you can protest by your voice. And if you cannot protest by your voice, you at least hate bad thing in your heart, and that is the weakest of the iman. But at least this is a protest to Allah, at least, that you are protesting to your heart.
Another thing we have to remember, even when we are protesting, we cannot do the way that harm or instigate others. So we need, that's the patience. I always, say one hadith related to sabr, and this is a very powerful hadith. I may mention it before in this audience also, but I want to mention again. So you'll know the patience. What is the definition of patience? That one day Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was standing with Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu, and Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu or Abu Bakr, anyway, one of them, and he was very, as you know, that he was talking, and then one Sahabi came, one Jewish guy came, and he was basically cursing Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu. It was Abu Bakr, I'm sorry, not Omar. And Prophet was standing next to him, and he was very quiet. And Abu Bakr was also quiet. And this guy was cursing him. And one point, his cursing was so worse that he was cursing with Abu Bakr's mother. As soon as he cursed with the mother name, he cannot control himself. And then he responded. As soon as he responded, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam left the room. The Abu Bakr was nervous that what happened, why he left. So he started running behind him, and he stopped him and say, "Hey Prophet, I want to know why you left." So he said, "Listen, Abu Bakr, when you was quiet and showing the sabr, and this guy was cursing, all the angel was surrounding by you, and angel was responding to his curse. So you are very sober, you are doing sober, and angel was responding. As soon as you lose your patience and you responded, all the angel left and all shayateen came next to you, and I cannot stay there when shayateen is near. So that's why I left." So it's so powerful that the sabr is so powerful, alhamdulillah, that Allah then sent an angel next to you to help. So that is the sabr we are talking about. Go ahead, Brother Billah. He raised a hand.
No, I just, I have not. So this is a question that Nilufar raised. I think this is a very good question. It's, of course, on our mind. A lot of us always asking that question because, someone born, of course, that we believe everybody is born as Muslims. But then, I think they become other things, Christian, Hindus, and so on and so forth. But then it is Allah's doing. I mean, they are not, they haven't chosen that way. They are born, and that is not in their hands. Allah has done it. And therefore, there is a purpose behind that, obviously. And why should then they be, I think we think, they will be just, we need to convert them to something different, to our way of belief. Why should that be? I mean, is that Allah is going to just punish all of them? I mean, we are now only 1.5 billion. The remainder is 6.5 billion is not Muslims. So that very thinking seems to be just, that, we are trying to do something that Allah doesn't permit us to do.
Mamun, can I
yes, go ahead, Brother Hassan.
make a comment? If I could go back to what I said before, that one of my colleagues sent an email to all of us about that things happening in Dartmouth University. And not many colleagues responded to that email. Couple of responses from my Jewish colleagues that I saw, very negative way. Didn't like it, that approach. They wanted more support for the Israel. So anyways, only 2 of my Jewish colleagues responded that way. But I have a lot of Jewish colleagues in my business school, and nobody responded. And I know very senior Jewish people, my colleagues, nobody responded. And none Muslim, basically very few Muslim colleagues that I have in the school, nobody responded. So I am thinking, is that a good way to not responding to this email, or should I have responded, supporting, or opposing that article? Then I'm thinking perhaps what we are saying currently, that even though many people didn't respond, but they read it, but they did not, they chose not to respond. So I'm thinking now, by responding basically positive or negative, you're creating a debate. And I'm not sure that this is helpful to the current conflict. the current conflict that we see in the television, all these miseries and killings happening, that has the biggest impact on general people. And we see what is happening in campus, in New York City, all over the world, basically, it's happening. So I think it is the nature that when people see all these atrocities, they have to form their own judgment. And those responses, the positive way that we believe that should have come more positively towards Palestine cause, will come slowly. Many of us in this country for a long, long time, close to 40, 50 years in this country. None of us have seen such a huge basically I should say, for Palestine demonstrations, both the media, maybe not in the media, in the public forums and campus, all these places. So I think it's coming slowly, and that will come in the long run. So again, the mass sabirin that I'm saying.
Yeah. So I think that sabr is very important.
And the Allah's grand plan. We don't know. What is Allah's plan?
Yeah, mass sabirin without any action, probably that is not. I understand that is not what.
No, I think what I'm the action basically what we could done. If I'm thinking that coming back to my own.
If we got to act and then we just wait for the results.
No, but if I'm coming back to my own selfish action. That if I responded to that email, perhaps would have created more bitterness among the colleagues, and they say, "God, this guy is not really fair. Whatever I say, unless he's on one side, not a fair evaluator." So could be might have some positive and negative impact. I don't know. So, but again, my feeling is that because whatever we're seeing, people see it. People are smart. People see it, and they react, and that's why you see people reacting in the public spaces, in New York City, London, Australia. I mean, you have seen in all over the world. And yesterday you saw the.
So Mahmoud, right? So those are the people who are, they're not afraid. They're taking action.
Yeah.
I mean, they know there are. Yeah. So in the face of that danger, they're taking actions. And they're
I'm sure. I'm not disregarding the value of those demonstrations.
But I do for action perspective, I do agree with Billah Bhai that we cannot just sit back. We need to but you don't do any, as I said, any harm to anyone. You come to the street. That's why you're showing the number of people, that thousands of people are standing. Do peaceful demonstration, show the world that we are supporting Palestine or Israel, whatever. That's how we're gonna do it. But if we go there and start, burning the car, start doing then it's bad.
Yes,
so peaceful protest.
I think you all misunderstood my comment. I said I was selfish in responding. I was talking to a particular email.
No.
That was I was telling.
Yeah. I got it.
I made a selfish.
So Hassan Bhai, why didn't you respond? Because you felt that it's going to bring bad reaction?
No. I didn't respond because I know if I respond, there will be counter responses from other Jewish people.
He wants to truly avoid the debate and stuff.
Yeah, because I did not see other Jewish senior professors responding. So there isn't. Only the people that I saw respond from junior, maybe one senior, one junior Jewish.
Was a partisan letter basically supporting one side or the other?
Sorry?
Let's not go too much in this.
I didn't understand what was if it was a partisan, it is fair letter.
Yeah. So why not we do one thing? Let us go to Brother Musle, and then we will close the call, stop recording, and then maybe we can freely even talk more.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, let's do that, Brother Musle.
Yeah, so can you hear me?
Yeah, very clear.
Okay, so I can understand Hassan Bhai's dilemma, or so in fact I was going to ask Hassan Bhai that, what is happening in the universities, because recently we heard that a lot of donors of the universities, they are going to stop their fund unless these processions in those universities are stopped or something. So we are in a very bad situation. Personally, I was kind of depressed a couple of days ago because I contacted some of my friends, and they happen to be Jewish, and also other friends who are born here in this country. Some people call them white American. Anyway, so my reaction from them was less than what I expected. And that made me depressed, to be honest with you, a couple of days ago. Then I found out that one friend was traveling, another friend was sick, and all these things. So now I'm kind of, getting out of my depression.
Rejuvenated.
Rejuvenated, yeah. So
Right.
in general, a lot of people don't know. That's another thing. They don't know. So one way we can let them know that this is what's happening, or so that's what I'm trying to do to some extent, in a very non-combative way, just as a share the information. And a lot of information comes from the Jewish community itself. So most of the information that I have comes from the Jewish community. So I'm trying to, with patience, suffer as much as possible to let them know that this is what is happening. So do you disagree with that? Or, this is what people like scholar like such and such person is saying this. I quote Jimmy Carter, often, about this, his book. I have, I have many other authors, who are very authentic, well respected worldwide. So I commend them. So Hassan Bhai, patience is necessary here, in my view. And another thing I want to comment, Rokon, I wrote a letter which I'm going to circulate to the best of my ability all over the United States. And my target is all the senators and congressmen also. So Rokon gave me some good feedback. So I'm going to follow his feedback also. And I approached some of you also to give me feedback on how we can make this letter more effective. So I look forward to your, for your input.
Musliwai, have you made any changes to that letter, or the one that you sent earlier last week, I think is the one that we should work on?
No. So I have made changes, and Rokon has made changes. So I'm going to incorporate Rokons, and I'm waiting for some of my friends from here. I mean, from me, they call white American, but I want to call native born American anyway. So they are also giving me some input. So after I incorporate those, and then I will send another version to you, and so that we can refine it and refine it.
Okay.
So inshallah, so I think that we are already 20 minutes past the hour. So I would like to conclude it for today. And after this call that I will stop recording. If you want to discuss more, you can do it. But I will request Brother Iftikhar to make the final dua, inshallah.
Yeah, because don't hang up after this call, so we have some discussion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
So let's go, Brother Iftikhar.
Allahumma ameen.
Allah.
ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عني اللهم أعني على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادك اللهم إني جعلني شكورا اللهم إني جعلني صبورا. Ya Allah, please give us patience. Ya Allah, give patience to the oppressed people of Gaza. Ya Allah, those who are doing the oppression, please, stop them and give you proper justice. وصلى الله تعالى على خير الخلق سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
Ameen. Thank you, Brother Iftikhar, and thank you, everyone. I'm going to be finishing now, and inshallah looking forward to see you all on next Sunday.